Do you ever just feel like you're constantly running, like on a treadmill that just, it never stops?
Hmm.
You know, you're pushing, you're achieving things, but that deep feeling of like real peace, it just feels miles away.
Yeah, that's such a common feeling, that constant hum of stress underneath everything.
Exactly. It's like life is just this series of demands coming at you and you're just reacting.
It really is. And it's exhausting, isn't it? But what's interesting, and what we're really diving into today based on our sources, is that maybe that exhaustion comes from focusing on the wrong things, like only the huge stressful efforts,
Instead of.
instead of deliberate, gentler design.
Yeah.
There's another way, a path to living, not by accident, but by design, by mastering some really simple but powerful principles.
Okay, I like that. Shifting from striving to designing. That's the promise for today's deep dive then. Building this life of peace and, dare I say, joy.
That's the goal. And importantly, not through some massive, painful overhaul, but through small, intentional steps adding up.
So we're unlocking some keys today.
6 fundamental keys, yeah. Keys that reshape how we interact with the world, how we kind of design ourselves from the inside out.
Great, lay them out for us. What's the mission?
Okay, so first we'll dig into how our thoughts and feelings, when they're intentional, literally become the commands that build our life experience.
Right.
Second, harnessing the quiet magnetic force of small daily actions, the little things.
Okay.
Third, mastering patience. But not patience is just waiting around. Patience is like this active, unwavering faith.
Interesting reframe. Okay, what else?
So we move inside. Key 4 is learning how to command, and I mean command, a state of unshakable inner peace.
Not just hope for it.
Not hope, command. Key 5 is stepping fully into being the designer of your future,
Yeah.
using focused, really sensory intention.
Getting specific.
Very specific.
Okay.
And finally, key 6, realizing the full power that comes with all this, embracing this magnificent new life you've built, step by tiny step.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And the big idea, tying it all together.
The core premise, yeah, it's powerful because it's simple. Real, lasting change. Deep serenity. It's not in the grand gestures. It's in the smallest, most intentional choices you make, moment to moment. It's accessible. It's gentle. And it really, really works.
All right, let's get into it. Section 1. The secret to your power, choosing the language of life. This sounds foundational.
It absolutely is. And it's often overlooked, maybe because it sounds too simple.
What is it?
The secret is the power of tiny, intentional emotion. The idea that your entire life can be transformed by choosing the simplest good feeling.
Okay, unpack that, because good feeling sounds a bit vague. We think change needs big effort, right? Like a huge workout or a major decision.
Exactly. We dismiss the small stuff. But that positive feeling, even just the tiny spark, the sources say it's the most potent force you have. It's literally the language of life,
Yeah.
a universal signal.
Okay, language of life. Give me some concrete examples. We're not talking about forcing yourself to be ridiculously happy when you're not, are we?
Not at all. No faking. It's about genuine, accessible sparks. Think about that first sip of coffee in the morning, really tasting it,
Uh-huh.
or pausing for just 5 seconds to look out the window and notice the light, or, the way your dog greets you, just pure joy,
Right, that uncomplicated happiness.
that feeling, that tiny conscious spark of warmth or appreciation or simple presence. That is the seed, the intentional starting point.
And crucially, you said chosen consciously, so it's not just noticing it happens, it's deciding to feel it.
Precisely. It becomes a command, not just a reaction.
Yeah.
Every single time you deliberately choose that good feeling, you're sending out a powerful signal. You're planting an intention for your day.
Okay, planting intention. How does that work practically? The sources use an analogy, right? The forest trail.
Yeah, it's a great visual. Imagine your life path is like a trail through a dense forest. Each intentional thought is a step.
Okay.
So if you're dwelling on irritation, stuck in traffic, annoyed about work, you're stepping onto a dark, overgrown, thorny path. It's difficult going.
We've all been there.
Right. But if you consciously choose a different thought appreciation for your health, maybe, or gratitude for the chance to solve a problem, you're deliberately stepping onto a bright, clear, easy path.
And the key is the consistency of those steps, not necessarily one giant leap.
Exactly that. It's the cumulative effect. One bad moment doesn't ruin the day if you choose to step back onto the sunny path immediately. You have that power in every single moment. You're choosing the trail, step by step.
Okay, this leads right into the practical application then. The 30-second command practice. This sounds doable, but maybe harder than it looks first thing in the morning.
It requires a little discipline for sure, especially at first. But it's vital because it intercepts that groggy, subconscious autopilot that usually takes over.
So what do you do, literally before you get out of bed?
Before your feet hit the floor, before the world rushes in, close your eyes, take maybe 3 deep, slow breaths, and then you declare internally or softly out loud, "Today, I choose to feel calm or peaceful or focused," whatever quality you want to set.
But the declaration alone isn't enough, right? The sources stress the feeling part.
That's the absolute key. You have to feel it. Infuse that word calm with reality. Imagine a wave of actual calm washing over you. Feel the tension release in your shoulders. Feel your mind quiet down.
So you're not just asking for calm, you're generating it, commanding it.
You got it. You've set the emotional tone. You've told your entire system, this is our operating state today.
And the idea is that external events then have to kind of rise to meet that state. How do we trust that, though? What if something big happens, like a fight or bad news? Does that 30 seconds hold up?
That's where understanding the river metaphor comes in. Think about it. Why do big, explosive efforts often fizzle out, like a New Year's resolution made with huge intensity?
They don't last. The energy dissipates.
Exactly. Lasting change isn't forged in one big explosion. It's carved patiently, like a river carving a canyon. Single drops of water over time create something immense and unstoppable.
That's a powerful image, consistency over intensity.
Each drop seems tiny, insignificant, but their focused, relentless flow is what does the work. Every time you choose appreciation over annoyance, every time you take that deep breath instead of snapping, you're adding another drop to the river of your well-being. You're eroding old patterns, building the new reality.
So the goal isn't to avoid challenges, but to become like, what was it, the serene lake?
The Serene Lake Blueprint, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not about pretending problems don't exist. That's denial, and it doesn't work.
Right.
A calm lake reflects the sky perfectly. It sees things clearly, opportunities, dangers, the way forward. When your inner world is calm, you reflect reality with that same clarity. You face challenges from a position of strength, not panic.
Okay, let's use that classic work example. Your boss emails, need that report by noon today, and it was due Friday. Panic stations for most people.
Absolutely. The unanchored mind goes straight to chaos. No way, I can't do it. This is impossible. I'm going to get fired.
Heart pounds. Thoughts race. Clarity gone.
Yeah.
Wall of panic.
Right. But the Serene Lake self takes that crucial deep breath first, accesses that inner stillness built up drop by drop, and the internal monologue is totally different. Okay, new information, deadline moved, I am calm. What's the one most important thing I need to do right now?
And from that calm, you can actually think clearly and act effectively.
Precisely. You organize, you prioritize, you act with focused precision. You become the calm center in the storm instead of part of the storm yourself. That deep breath, that choice, it shifts everything from reaction to command. And that present moment command is where all your power is.
Okay, commanding the feeling is step 1. Now, section 2, the magnetic power of your actions weaving the tapestry. How do we translate that inner state into tangible results out there?
Right. This is where intention meets action. We need to see life like a garden. It operates under this non-negotiable law of growth.
Law of growth sounds serious.
It is, but in a good way. It just means every small action you take is like planting a seed in fertile ground, and that seed has to grow. It's cause and effect.
So, plant kindness. Get kindness back. Plant gratitude.
Get abundance back. Plant frustration. Get more frustration. We're constantly sowing seeds whether we're aware of it or not.
Which means we don't need to add massive new tasks to our lives. We just inject intention into what we're already doing, turning small habits into commands.
Exactly. Take waking up, you drink a glass of water.
Right.
Pretty mundane.
Yep.
But combine that simple act with a moment of genuine gratitude for your health, for your vitality.
Yeah.
Suddenly, it's not just hydration. It's a powerful command for well-being, setting a high-frequency pattern for the day.
Okay, I see. And the bookend to that is the nighttime ritual, writing down one thing you're grateful for.
Yeah, taking just 30 seconds before sleep. Reflect on one good thing, a win at work, a nice chat, even just how good dinner tasted. It tunes your whole being to positive expectation, shifts your focus from lack to appreciation.
And that attracts more things to be grateful for tomorrow. It builds on itself.
It creates a new mental default, a new architecture.
Let's talk about something that feels almost countercultural these days. The declaration of self-worth. Taking 5 minutes out of a busy, stressful workday just to stretch or breathe, it feels almost forbidden.
It does feel rebellious, doesn't it? Against that hustle culture, that guilt we feel for not being productive every second. But it's a profound, necessary declaration
A declaration of what?
that your peace, your well-being, is a non-negotiable priority. When you consciously take that break, you send a signal to yourself, and energetically, out to the world, that you are worthy of peace.
And that signal actually changes things, like circumstances shift.
That's what the sources suggest, yes. It builds momentum. Maybe that difficult client who bombards you with emails suddenly goes quiet, or sends a simple positive update. Maybe the solution to a problem you were wrestling with just pops into your head during those 5 minutes of calm breathing.
So the law of growth responds to the seed of self-worth you just planted.
Exactly. Your inner state shifts, your nonverbal cues change, people pick up on your calm unconsciously and respond differently.
I love the imagery used here, the tapestry of life. These small actions aren't trivial details. They're the actual threads weaving the whole thing together.
Absolutely. And think about the quality of those threads. Offer a genuine compliment to a colleague who looks tired. That's a shimmering gold thread you just wove in.
Okay.
Spend 10 minutes tidying your desk just to create a feeling of calm and order. That's a strong silver thread supporting the whole structure. Even choosing to feel love for your family during the morning chaos instead of irritation, that's a vibrant, colorful thread changing the pattern.
We're weaving this tapestry constantly with every choice.
Every single intentional choice, day by day.
This plays out perfectly in that mundane example, the grocery store line. Long line, everyone's sighing, cashier looks exhausted. You have a choice point.
Clear choice point. Option A, join the collective sighing, tap your foot, feel the frustration build. Option B, choose a small, powerful act.
Which is?
Look the frazzled cashier in the eye, offer a genuine warm smile, and say something like, "Thanks so much for your hard work today. Really appreciate you."
Okay. Simple enough. What happens?
Well, externally, you might see the cashier brighten up. Maybe they're a bit nicer to the next person. That's the external ripple. But the internal ripple is the real magic.
For you, the one who gave the smile?
Yes. You walk away feeling good, feeling powerful, because you chose grace over stress in that moment. That little uplift makes you more receptive, more magnetic.
So maybe you hit all green lights on the way home. Or that idea you were stuck on suddenly clicks.
Exactly. The positive energy you consciously generated and sent out comes back, often amplified, because you put yourself in a state of positive reception.
This really all hinges on the cumulative power of consistency, doesn't it? We get so overwhelmed by the big goal, like that classic example of wanting to write a 300-page book, staring at the blank screen. It's paralyzing.
Totally paralyzing. The sheer size of it shuts you down. The breakthrough comes when you realize the power isn't in tackling the whole mountain at once. It's in the small, relentless action.
Writing 1 page a day.
Just 1 page. Seems tiny, right? Almost insignificant. But you do that every day, and in 6 months, that's 180 pages.
Yeah.
You've practically written the book.
The monumental task achieved through tiny daily commands.
Relentless consistency. And every one of those pages, every small win, is proof. It's tangible evidence that you are making progress, that the system works. It fuels your belief.
Which is why noting those small wins, like we talked about with the gratitude journal, is so important. It combats that inner voice of doubt.
It's essential ammunition against doubt. Hard evidence.
Okay, this leads perfectly into section 3. The power of absolute faith, patience as knowing. Now, patience, in our world of instant everything, it sounds almost like giving up, like weakness.
It often gets framed that way, doesn't it? Passive waiting. But the way it's presented here, it's completely redefined. It's dynamic. It's active.
How so?
Patience isn't just waiting. It's an active, absolute knowing. It's this deep, unshakable conviction that what you've intended, what you've asked for, it's already on its way. It's unfolding perfectly.
Wow. Okay, that's a very different energy than just gritting your teeth and waiting.
It's the most powerful expression of faith possible. Total certainty.
So, if patience is that active knowing, then impatience, what's that?
Impatience is simply a thought. A single, powerful thought rooted in doubt. That anxious knot in your stomach when things aren't happening fast enough. That's just fear wearing a hurry-up disguise.
It's the ego trying to control the timeline.
Exactly. Trying to micromanage the universe. Patience is the higher choice. It dissolves the doubt. It's the calm, unwavering declaration. I am in the perfect place, at the perfect time. Everything is unfolding perfectly. Holding that silences the anxiety.
Okay, but let's get real here. This is where skepticism kicks in hard for people. What about when the rent is due tomorrow? Or you're waiting on really scary test results? How do you maintain knowing then? It feels abstract when the pressure is real.
That's a fair challenge. And that's precisely why the practice of building the muscle of faith is so critical. It's not about ignoring reality. It's about anchoring your faith in evidence.
Through that evening reflection practice again.
Yes, it's non-negotiable for this because you actively gather proof. You deliberately recall one instance from your day where you successfully chose grace or control over circumstance.
What kind of instance are we looking for?
Maybe you were stuck in that awful traffic jam, but instead of fuming, you consciously chose to put on an inspiring podcast and actually enjoyed the forced downtime. That's a win.
Hmm.
Or a colleague criticized your work, and instead of getting defensive, you responded calmly, asked clarifying questions, felt centered. Another win.
Hmm.
You grab onto the feeling of control in that moment, note it down. It's undeniable proof of your growing power.
So you're collecting data points that prove you can manage your inner state even when the outer world is messy.
Precisely. You're training your brain to see the evidence of your own mastery. And that builds trust, which connects directly to the garden trust analogy.
Right, the seed analogy again.
You plant a valuable seed. You water it, give it sun, protect it. But you don't dig it up every few hours demanding, are you growing yet? That would be absurd. You'd kill it.
But we totally do that with our goals. Checking email excessively, watching a bank account, comparing our progress to someone else's highlight reel.
We do. We strangle our own creations with impatience.
Yeah.
We have to trust the process. Our small, consistent actions, the daily practice, the intentional feeling, the kind word, those are the watering and sunshine. Faith is trusting that the law of gestation is working beneath the surface.
The law of gestation. Things take time to develop properly.
Exactly. Patience pulls us out of that frantic, toxic race fueled by social media comparisons. That race is an illusion anyway. Patience puts you on your unique, perfect timeline. Real, solid, meaningful change needs time to form. A baby takes 9 months. A diamond needs immense time and pressure. Your dream life, built well, it needs time to gather energy, integrate, manifest properly. Rushing creates flimsy results.
What about setbacks then? A rejection, a failed attempt. Doesn't that feel like proof it's not working? Like the universe is saying no.
That's the common interpretation, but it's often wrong. Setbacks are usually not no. They're vital feedback. Course correction.
Like a compass adjusting.
Exactly. Think about learning guitar. Your fingers hurt, you hit wrong notes, it sounds awful at first. That's not failure.
Right, it's just learning.
It's the awkward, fumbling stage that is required for mastery. If you quit then, thinking, I'm no good at this, you've just misunderstood the feedback. The growth is happening visibly, building toward skill.
So patience means sticking through the awkward stage, trusting the process, which leads to releasing control.
Ah, yes. The liberating power of releasing control over the how. This is huge.
Because we get so caught up in figuring out how it's all going to happen.
We drive ourselves crazy trying to orchestrate every detail. Patience is choosing to let go of that suffocating need. The how is not your job. Your job is simpler, but requires focus. Hold the vision clearly. Feel the feeling of it being real now, and take the small, inspired steps that appear each day. The universe, or the law, handles the complex choreography.
This feels really relevant for things like emotional healing. Healing a broken heart, for instance. You absolutely cannot force that timeline.
Cannot force it. But patience, in that context, means you allow the feelings, you do the work, self-love, connecting with friends, finding small joys, and you trust with absolute faith that the law of life is carrying you toward wholeness. You provide the conditions, and you trust the growth. That trust itself is a radical act of self-worth.
Okay, profound. Now, section 4, commanding your state of inner peace, the internal reservoir. We've built the foundation. Now we claim the power to generate peace whenever we need it. Peace is a command, not a prize.
Exactly. This flips the script entirely. Peace isn't something you get eventually when all problems are solved. It's an internal state you can choose deliberately, right now, no matter what's going on outside.
It's like tuning a radio. Find the peace frequency.
That's a great way to put it. You tune into it. And the moment you do, your reality starts to harmonize with it.
But first, we have to tackle that big lie. The great lie of perfection. The idea that peace only arrives after the mortgage is paid, the promotion lands, the house is spotless.
Right. That lie keeps peace perpetually out of reach, held hostage by external conditions that constantly change. If your peace depends on a perfect house, one spill ruins it.
So true peace has to be independent of circumstances.
Completely independent. It's the quiet harbor you build inside yourself, the deep stillness that remains untouched, even when the storms are raging outside.
Okay, how do we access that? Let's get super practical. The 1 minute activation. If someone's feeling swamped with stress, what can they do in just 60 seconds?
It needs to be potent. An act of reclaiming your value. You just pause, close your eyes, maybe take a deep breath down to your feet to ground yourself, and then you affirm with quiet conviction, I am enough.
I am enough. Not a plea, but a statement of fact.
A declaration of inherent worthiness.
Yeah.
Right here, right now, exactly as you are. Not I'll be enough, Wan. Just I am enough.
What should that feel like physically?
Like putting down a heavy weight.
Mm.
The weight of striving, of constantly trying to prove your worth. It lifts. Even just for that minute, you might feel tension release in your jaw, your shoulders. It grounds you instantly.
And declaring I am enough changes how you approach the next thing.
Totally. You walk into the next meeting or deal with the next email from a place of quiet confidence, not lack or fear. Your state changes the interaction.
But 1 minute is a spark. We need fuel. How do we build the reservoir of calm so it's there when a real crisis hits?
The reservoir gets built drop by drop through conscious presence in ordinary moments. This is key.
Presence during the mundane stuff.
Especially then. Instead of gulping down lunch while scrolling news, you actually savor it. Taste the food, feel the texture, smell the aroma. Focus only on nourishing yourself. Feel gratitude for it.
Even washing dishes becomes a practice.
Oh, absolutely. Feel the warm water, smell the soap, notice the sounds. No worrying about yesterday, no anxiety about tomorrow. Just the simple, peaceful richness of now. Every moment you choose presence like that, no matter how brief, adds a drop to your inner well.
And we can even transform a major stressor like the commute.
The commute is perfect practice ground. Instead of letting it be an hour of building frustration, transform it.
Yeah.
Turn off the angry news radio, the stressful talk shows, put on calming music and inspiring podcast, or just drive in silence. Notice things you usually ignore, the architecture, the light, the trees. Maybe silently send goodwill to other drivers. Peaceful journey.
So you're not just enduring the commute, you're actively using it to accumulate peace.
Exactly. Day after day, you're building that reservoir.
And the payoff comes when the unexpected hits the big car repair bill, the worrying news. We're ready to access the unshakable core.
When that shock arrives, instead of instantly plummeting into panic like the old you, there's a different response. You instinctively reach for that deep well of calm you've been filling. You access that inner stillness.
So you navigate the situation differently.
With a grace and clarity you didn't have before. You talk to the mechanic or the doctor or whoever from a centered place, which vastly improves your ability to think clearly and find good solutions.
It sounds like that constellation of Serenity metaphor. Each small choice is a star.
That's it, exactly. Each mindful moment, each deep breath instead of a reaction. It's a star you place in your inner sky. At first, just a few points of light. But keep choosing presence, keep choosing calm, and eventually they connect, forming this brilliant, steady constellation that illuminates your whole being. You're not waiting for peace, you're commanding it into existence.
Okay, peace established. Now, Section 5. Commanding your future with deliberate intention. The designer role. We turn that inner stillness outward. This feels like a big shift in perspective.
It's huge. The future is constructed now. You stop being a passive observer waiting to see what happens, and you step fully into being the deliberate designer.
How? By realizing the future isn't some random thing.
It's a direct reflection, an unfailing mirror of the thoughts, feelings, and intentions you are commanding right now in this present moment. Feel scattered today, build a scattered tomorrow. Feel purposeful and clear today.
Build a purposeful and clear tomorrow. Okay, stop hoping, start commanding.
Precisely. And the first step in commanding is creating the blueprint, using that focused sensory visualization.
So imagining our ideal day, say 1 year from now, but really living it in our minds.
Exactly. Not just the fuzzy picture. Get into the details, the senses. What does it feel like to wake up refreshed, vibrant? What do you see from your ideal workspace window? What sounds do you hear? Feel the passion in your work. See the abundance flowing in. Feel the deep connection with loved ones. Make it real internally.
And the crucial part isn't just the pictures, it's the feeling, right? Feeling is the magnetic force.
Absolutely critical. People get hung up on visualizing perfectly, but the pictures are secondary. It's the feeling you generate now, the joy, the peace, the fulfillment of that future vision that is the magnetic substance. That feeling draws everything needed, people, opportunities, ideas to make the vision reality.
Feeling it now pulls it toward you.
It aligns your energy, compels it to manifest.
Okay, so how do we bridge the gap between that big vision and daily life? through small rituals. This is the magic part.
This is where the magic happens daily, yes.
Yeah.
Translating the vision into tiny, powerful rituals. Let's take 3 key areas. First, health. Vision is boundless energy. 5-minute power walk. Simple. But the intention is everything. Before you start, declare, with every step, I build vibrant health. Then, during the walk, feel strength in your legs, gratitude for your breath, vitality flowing. It's not just exercise, it's commanding health. Daily.
Okay. Next area, work. Future success, new job, thriving business, whatever it is.
Ritual. 10 minutes each morning, feeling the thrill of that success as if it's already happened. Feel the pride signing the new contract. Feel the excitement landing the big client. Feel the satisfaction seeing your business flourish.
What does that feeling do?
It shifts your energy from lack or efforting to pure magnetism. It primes your brain, the reticular activating system, to spot opportunities, generate ideas, find the courage for the next step. You attract what you feel.
Makes sense. Finally, relationships. Deep connection, often missed in goal setting.
So vital, the ritual. Send one specific message of appreciation daily to a partner, friend, family member. Not generic love you, but specific. Thank you for making me laugh so hard yesterday, or I really appreciate your support with X.
Why specific?
Because it forces you, the sender, to actively look for the good in that person, in that relationship. And what you focus on expands. You find more good. You nourish the connection consciously. Seed planting again.
And this all feeds into itself, the powerful feedback loop, making the rituals enjoyable.
Yes. When you start visualizing the ritual itself with ease and joy, maybe you imagine eagerly heading out for that power walk, feeling the sun, or feel that warmth as you type the appreciation message, the action changes.
It's not a chore anymore.
It becomes a delightful act of creation, a joyful command of your future, and that ease and joy, that accelerates everything.
Okay, we're bringing it all home. Section 6. The beginning of your magnificent life, the ultimate liberation. This feels like graduation.
It's the grand beginning, really. A recognition that applying all this consistently creates a seismic internal shift. You're not trying to get peaceful anymore. Peace becomes your natural default state.
And the evidence is how you react differently. The pivoting from victim to director.
That's the clearest sign. It's miraculous, actually. A plan changes unexpectedly. The old you, disappointed, annoyed, mood ruined, victim of circumstance.
Right.
The new you, the director,
Yeah.
effortlessly sees it as a gift of time.
Oh, interesting. So that canceled meeting isn't an inconvenience. It's...
Wonderful, an unexpected hour to read, or perfect, I can take a longer walk now.
Yeah.
You instantly pivot, generating the positive feeling yourself. Regardless of the external event, you're directing your joy.
That is a seismic shift, and it's supported by embracing the ultimate power of imperfection, letting go of that horrible perfectionism trap.
Oh, perfectionism is the absolute enemy of consistency. Because the perfectionist inevitably fails, misses a day, eats the wrong thing, feels immense guilt.
And then quits. I blew it. The chain is broken.
Exactly. But the real power is embracing the messy, imperfect process. Failure is just feedback, or sometimes just life. It's only a feeling.
So the guilt-free cake example.
If you choose to eat the cake, eat the cake. Enjoy every single bite with full presence, zero guilt. Then, for your very next choice, you simply step back onto your intentional path. Make the next powerful, conscious decision. The chain was never truly broken. You just paused for cake. No big deal.
That release of guilt is huge. And it highlights the recap of cumulative power again. It all links together.
Everything connects. That 1 minute of gratitude really does lead to more warmth with your partner, which might lead to them having a better day, which reduces household stress, which allows you to handle work stress better, opening a door. It's all ripples. Every tiny act matters. Consistency is king.
Which brings us to the absolute core, the culmination of this whole journey, the final, liberating truth, understanding and truly feeling.
You are enough right now, not you'll be enough when. You are inherently worthy, whole, and complete in this very second.
And finding the success in the small step reinforces that.
That's embracing success in the small step. When you do your 5-minute walk, write your one page, say your one kind word, and you feel that act as a complete success in itself. You align with the feeling of success. And the law has to bring you more experiences that match that feeling. More success.
You're not just hoping anymore, you're commanding it. One small, serene, intentional moment at a time.
That's the path. That's the power.
Wow.